Yo, Guardians, what's going on, guys? Sly here, and thanks for checking out another Destiny video. It's freshly 4 a.m. here on this dark, rainy Tuesday morning in North Carolina, but the loot has reset, and it's a new week for gaming, so that never is a bad thing. And on top of that, a hotfix is inbound sometime mid-February. Estimates are February the 14th, and if that's true, then maybe another Valentine's Day event is on the way. Although, with the way it was received last year, that may not be happening. Either way, it sounds like there are some deep changes coming to the way we do battle, and as such, it will be explained on Twitch tomorrow, February 8th, at the usual Bungie time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you won't be around to check it out, I'll make sure you can catch up on all the action, and I'll post it to my channel, unedited, for everyone to see. Now, what this hotfix entails is beyond me, but I'm hoping to see some shotgun balancing, fusion rifle love, and maybe a buff for some of my beloved auto rifles. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see, but enough about that, guys. Let's get into the reset. You all ready? Alright, guys, let's do it. It's Tuesday, February 7th, and this is your Destiny Rise of Iron weekly reset guide. So as usual, we're starting up here in orbit and checking out the weeklies first. So Crucible is numero uno on the list, and we'll start off with Mayhem Rumble. Free-for-all with boosted abilities, recharge rates, and ammo drops. Now, it's not as good as Mayhem Clash, but it's definitely still fun. Our next weekly playlist is Zone Control. Capture the zones and control the zones to win. Kills don't mean that much. Holding zones wins the game. And then, of course, at the top here, we have Elimination, waiting for Trials to kick off on Friday. Okay, so next up, let's take a look at this week's Nightfall. As usual, we'll start off with the modifiers, and of course Epic is up first. Heavily shielded, highly aggressive, enemies appear in great numbers. Following that, Void Burn, void damage from any source, is greatly increased. Next, we have Berserk, minions of darkness won't flinch even after massive damage, and then Ironclad, more enemies have shields. Finally, we end on a good note. Catapult, grenade recharge rate is greatly increased. Well, this doesn't seem too hard, unless it's the blind ogre, eye on the stick guy. Then it's going to suck. Anyways, let's jump in and see what we're up against this week.
The Dust Palace is lost to us again, back in Cabal hands. Word is they've let Scion Flayers out of their cages to dig around in the Central AI's cortex, which means they really want what's buried in there. If Rasputin was protecting it, it's valuable. We've got to flush those flayers out.
The three amigos! Now, this should actually be pretty easy. Dark Drinker, Void Sword, all the way. Finish off with a Void Sniper or Shotgun, and you're going to run right through this, guys. Although, if you do get the Taken version, and it's not all Cabal like I had, watch out for Axion Bolts, man. One hit, and you're dead. Alright, well, have fun with that. Next up, we're taking a look at the Heroic Strike playlist, and as always, Epic's little brother Heroic is up first. Enemies appear in greater numbers and are more aggressive. Following that, we have Solar Burn. Solar damage from any source is greatly increased. And then Berserk. Enemies won't flinch even after massive damage. Finally, at the end, we have Brawler. Guardian melee damage is greatly increased. Alright guys, so it looks like a pretty easy week for strikes, right? Well, if you're wondering if it'll be the same for raids, well, don't you worry your pretty little face off, because that's where we're headed next. So for Kingsfall, let's head over to the Dreadnought and check it out. This week's challenge is, drumroll, the War Priest. So at the beginning of the rotation, it's definitely one of the easier ones. Next, for the Wrath of the Machine raid, we're heading back to its beginnings as well, and the challenger is Vosik. So for both raids, easy on both fronts. Okay guys, well that wraps us up here in orbit. Next, let's land this beast, and first we're heading over to the Iron Temple. We'll check out Shiro and his goods, and then finish up by getting over to Tyra. Shiro, my man, what's up? So we're checking out bounties and then class items, and first up we have Crushing Blows. Use the Iron Battle Axe or powerful enemy weapons to decimate hostile threats. Next, Together We Rise, complete public events in the Plaguelands. After that, Shakatumi, use arc damage to kill Fallen, and then finally complete 4 Dragon counters in the Archon's Forge. Moving on to class items, we have a treat for the hunters out there. Mantle of Galeon is a maxed out 100% roll. Pretty freaking awesome. Next, Yolder's Iron Sash comes in at 35-31 Intellect Discipline, and finally Fellwinter's Iron Bond rocks a pretty solid 33-35 Discipline Strength. Alright, thank you, Shiro. Next, moving onwards to Granny on the Hill, we're going to check out her sweet rolls on artifacts. Ha! Get it? Sweet rolls. First up, Memory of Temur, 108 Strength. Following that, Memory of Radagast at 75-78 Intellect Strength. And then finally, Memory of Galeon, all Strength at 106. Okay, thanks Granny G. That wraps us up here at the temple, guys. Our next stop to the tower. Now, even though last year's Valentine's Day was, a little lame, it is way better than nothing at all. And I, for one, sure hope it comes back with some new shaders and emblems. But we'll have to wait until tomorrow to see if they'll sneak any information out. Alright, so to the tower. As always, let's make our vendor rounds to see who's accepting what this week. So, New Monarchy is accepting Wormspore, which, by the way, I think I'll hang on to. The good people over at Dead Orbit are taking Helium Filaments, and then finally, Our Lady at the Future War Cult is taking Spirit Bloom. Okay, so next we're heading over to the Hall of Vanguards, and then we're going to check out Shacks. So first, Zavala's Bounties. We have First Strike. Earn gold, silver, or bronze tier achieved medals. You're going to need 9 of those total. Next is Sunrise. Earn a gold tier achieved medal in the Nightfall before time expires. And then finally, make a Rainbow. Rapidly earn primary, special, and heavy medal streaks. To earn a Rainbow medal, you're going to need 10 total. Okay, thank you, good sir. Next, let's head over to Shax, my boy, and see where the Crucible bounties are for this week. And since it's zone control, pretty sure it's going to be a control bounty. And it is. Taking control. Exercise your skills in the control match type. 7 matches completed, 30 advantage kills, 15 captures, and of course, grab yourself a beeline. Okay, well that wraps us up here at the tower, guys. Final stop over to the reef. So we're going to check out Petra and then her bounties, and then finish up with the Space Cricket, Barracks, and all of his goods. So first up for Petra's bounties, we have Take the Wanted, Shoth, Horrorvorix, whatever. I always had a problem with that guy. That's on Mars or Venus. Kill him, it'll be good. After that, Take them out. Kill 12 consumed or named Fallen Hive Cabal or Vex on Mars. And then finally, they sync these two together so you can complete them together, which totally makes sense. And then we have Take them all. Kill 100 taken. As for her new bounties, we have Queen's Ambassador. Complete 3 strikes in any strike playlist. Queen's Sovereignty. Defeat 50 Fallen in any strike playlist. And then finally, Queen's Mercy at the end here. Get 30 art kills on the Dreadnought. Alright, thank you, Madam Venge. Next, we're going to check out the Space Cricket Barracks, and of course, I will always accept his free stuff, even in Destiny. So, bounties first, then the modifier. Start out with Heavy Hitter. Use heavy weapons to kill enemies in level 41 Prison of Elders or the Challenge of Elders. Next, Close still counts. Use grenades to kill enemies in level 41 PoE or the Challenge. And then finally, Shock Troopers at the end here, and that is to use arc abilities in all of the aforementioned places. As for this week's Super Secret bonus modifier, it is Grenade Kills. Grenade kills are worth more points, and that, my friends, brings us to the end. Now, usually we check out the Court of Oryx at this time, but as you can see here, I've used up all my ruins throughout my Year of Destiny reset guide. So, it's kind of funny, also kind of sad, but I'll try to get to that next week. Alright, yeah, that's it, guys. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Bungie Twitch stream. Maybe we'll get a scoop of what's to come in mid-February. But also, don't forget to check me out on Twitter at SlyNation, or even on Facebook at SlyNation Gaming. My Facebook page is pretty lonely. Lonelier than my Twitter page. They're both kind of sad. So anyway, that's the best place to stay in touch and find out about every new video uploaded to YouTube, as well as relevant news about our favorite games. As usual, guys, always a pleasure to make videos for you all. But until next time, this is your boy Sly, and I will see you all later.